this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto, and welcome to another auction purchase inspection video. Today we're taking a look at a 1986 Toyota Trueno, which is also known as the Corolla GTS or Sprinter Trueno, however you want to pronounce it. This being a Japanese vehicle, it's pronounced Trueno, like Toreno. This one has 131,324 kilometers on it. We're going to take a look at the condition of the body, interior, and exterior. This vehicle has already been purchased. We're going to be sending this one to the USA under the 25-year rule. First off, the engine started up without a problem and seems to run well. These 4AG engines are a rather loud engine compared to modern engines these days. The engine seems to run fine. You're probably going to hear the high frequencies of the engine show up more on the video than is normal, just because that's how my camera is. And if you subscribe to this channel, you've probably seen my other videos and people saying that the engines don't sound right. This one sounds good to me. It's got aftermarket air filter, catch tank, HIDs, exhaust header, aftermarket plug wires, pillow mounts and adjustable coilover suspension, and strut tower bar. The inside of the engine bay is extremely dirty, and it looks like the vehicle has been sitting for quite some time without being driven. Just the general state of the car and just how dirty it is. Lower the hood here. There we are. Do once around the vehicle, and then we'll take a look at the auction sheet, the inspection sheet given to us from the auction. Now, I will say that this car, more than most cars, has the auction inspector missed some things on it, in particular in terms of rust. And so I'll go over that in just a second. General looks of the car is really nice. It's got that Origin body kit on it and the TE37 wheels. The 86 is a nice looking vehicle. This one certainly has presence. It's very low. Buying these 86s is rather hard. Now, if you subscribe to the channel, you've probably seen quite a few 86s go through recently with us. They are all really rusty. Rust is a big problem for these cars. Inside, outside, spare tire well, around the doors, the sills, around the wheels. And so, if you're going to be buying one, you really have to assume that there's going to be some rust there. Okay, so what does the auction sheet say? So, 1986 Sprinter Trueno, Sprinter Trueno, 1600cc. That's the 4AG engine. This one's grade R because it's been in an accident and has been repaired. Interior grade C. Mileage is 131, 324, but mileage is not guaranteed. 5-speed AC. This one purchased by user, raised TE37 bronze color wheels, and they're in really good condition. Driver's side Recaro seat. 5-speed 5-speed and exhaust. Front tower bar, thrust adjustable coilover suspension, aftermarket carbon hood, aftermarket fiberglass front fenders, Origin aero parts, aftermarket HID headlights. Make sure that you see this car in detail. Front and rear and left side accident repaired. And take a look at the diagram here. Anything that has the XX has been a panel that's been replaced. And so hood, 2 front fenders, the left door, the rear hatch, and the left rear quarter. The alignment of the panels looks fair. It doesn't look too bad. Although this door here doesn't close properly unless you give it a proper slam. But it looks like the accident damage isn't completely out of spec. It is a little bit in the back. I'll show that later in the video. Interior, this is what the reporter reported on. Interior wear and dirty. Rear wiper is missing. Steering wheel is peeling or wear. Dashboard has a crack in it. Left baffle, left front inner panel dented. Left front side member deformed. Aftermarket air filter. Left front pillar and side step dent. Left rear fender. Left tail panel replaced. Left rear inner panel and rear floor rear panel dented. Interior has some parts missing, spare tires missing, paint cracks on the rear bumper. The whole left side has repaint marks, W2. Paint fade on the hood and the front bumper, and some rust on the roof. Now they didn't mention any rust underneath, and from what I can see, there isn't any rust underneath, so that's good. But there is rust in a couple of places. I'm going to show those in just a sec. First, let's go back to the car here. Okay, so you can see those HID headlights there. And then there is clear corners here with the original markers here. And so these ones here I believe have been wired in for HIDs as well, because there's actually 2 HID ballasts on each side. And so I believe those ones are as well. Those headlights are aftermarket Raybrig. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Here's the front Origin bumper. It's in quite good condition. The paint is a little bit sloppy in some places, but it looks to be in good condition. Of course, the raised wheels are very nice looking. Side skirts are not fitted the best. They also have some sort of staining on them, as you can see here, from the car being out in the rain and just not being used. The exterior of the car is a little bit not shiny and needs to be waxed. It's got the red striped taillights from the late model Trueno. So they also have LED lights in them. So you can see they only light up in the center. There's the back bumper. And the exhaust. It's kind of cool, the back bumper has a cutout here for the tow hook. Back hatch has been replaced. I'll just show you, see here. The gap on this side is a little bit larger than it is on the other side. Particularly right there. Now these 86s, after just, you know, a lot of them are used for racing, right? And so after racing, a lot of times the chassis kind of twists a little bit and you get improper alignment on that back hatch anyway, even if there hasn't been an accident. In terms of dents, almost nothing. And so very nice looking body. Okay, the window seals are all in good condition, and that's something that's pretty important for these 86s. These ones are all black with no peeling, which, you know, peeling is common on those. These ones always peel here, even after like 10 years or so. But they're all pretty good. Mirrors are in good shape. Paint fade on the hood is, as you can see, the clear coat is all faded up in this area here and here. Got some damage to the corners here, and that's on both sides. And some cracks in the front here. Okay, about rust. Now the auction sheet did mention there's the rust on the roof. Here it is. Not too bad, but the annoying thing is because it's right against the windshield, you have to take the windshield out to repair that. Unless you just want to grind it down and seal it and do it ghetto style. A little bit here too. Parts that they missed. This part here has some rust. Now this panel piece here is only about this wide, and it's replaceable. There's a series of bolts in there. So that piece, as far as I know, is the same as the US domestic market version of the piece, because where the windshield wipers go, it's got cutouts for both sides, left windshield wipers and right windshield wipers, and you got more rust on it on this side. But I believe when you take this piece off, you're going to have to reseal the windshield. There is a little bit of rust up here, but it's not too bad. And since they already mentioned the C1 on the roof, that's not too much of a concern. What is concerning is when they didn't catch the rust that's inside the door wells. Let me just show you that. So, some rust here and here. A tiny bit here, but it has colored the water and made it look worse than it actually is. Some here, here, and the inside of the door here. Similar thing on the other side. So here, here, here. There's a little bit on the door here and here. I know that compared to a lot of the US cars, that is really, really small. But the fact that it wasn't mentioned on the auction sheet is very odd for the auction. And, you know, it's a bit of a pain, to be honest. Recaro seat. Looks like the exact same seat that's used in the Type R Integra, but with a different color. In good condition in terms of sag, but it does have some stains on it, which is a pain. Steering wheel here. Nismo, which is kind of funny in a Toyota, and very bad condition, so that's going to need to be replaced. Here's the crack in the dashboard. 86s don't all have cracks. It's not like, you know, the R32 Skyline GTR, they all have bubbling. These cracks aren't on all of them, but it is on this one. Maybe 20 or 30% have that. Aftermarket cup holders there. You can see the car's idling here a little over 1,000. We've got rear lights. light on. Now that could be because it's using less voltage from the LEDs. I don't know. 131 to 368 kilometers, and it's got the late model analog style gauges. Got an aftermarket Navi screen here. And some gauge pods here that are not connected to any gauges. Ripped TRD shift knob. It's got short shifter. So short shift kit. The gears work fine. Mechanically, the car seems to be great. Engine, brakes, clutch. Clutch, I believe, is a heavy-duty clutch. It's missing a screw here for this. Just one screw at the bottom. Aftermarket speakers inside. A light that I don't know what it does. Pretend alarm, maybe. Headliner is decent, a little bit dirty. The passenger seat is good, but it's got the famous cracks here and on the other side, same place. Back seats are not bad, but the quarter liners are coming up. Okay. And the trunk. First off, these trunks, they rust away like crazy. They're made out of cheap material usually. But this one, as you can see here, no rust at all. And so, bonus there. Inside, liners. Okay, the dampers don't work on the hatch, and I'm trying to keep it up with my head that's in a hard hat right now. Okay, interior liner has been removed, and there's no spare tire in here. And you've got a lot of kind of gummy material and remnants of old carpet and sound deadening and whatnot. Inside here doesn't look so bad with rust, which is good because it usually rusts a lot, but you do, ouch, it just landed on me. You do have some here. And this area here all looks good, but you have some here. And that looks like it's a bit concerning because of the location in proximity to the suspension. Now, it says it has adjustable coilover suspension by Trust. Adjustable coilover suspension doesn't fit in these cars very well, and so usually it needs to be modified. I don't know if this one's been modified or not, but it's not, the rears aren't coilover, but they are adjustable. And so what that means is you still have the shock and the spring in separate units, and so I don't think any sort of modification has been done, but that rust there needs to be addressed. No rips on the back of the seat, so that's good. Usually these get sun faded and brittle, so nice to see that. There's the back of the seats, and I didn't close that properly. Oh well. Okay, so overall condition of the car, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in the rust. But when you have an 8.6, you kind of have to get used to things not going your way because, you know, they're old cars now, 30 years old. This one's 28. They are classic cars. The prices are only going to go up. The one that some people know that we used to have one between my wife and I. It was technically hers, but I was the one that drove it. And the one that we had, we bought for only $2,500 about 10 years ago. And that car in the same condition now would probably be worth about $8,000 or $10,000. And so, you know, the more time goes on and the more these rust away, the value will go up. And so something like this is still very can be salvaged. The rust on it is not too bad, and it's got a lot of good parts to it. And so despite the disappointment, there's still at least something that can be done about this one. So thank you for watching. This is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have any questions, send them in the comments or email me, and don't forget to check out my website or my Facebook. Thank you very much and have a good day.